Okay, this person was not being fair at all, and half the time you didn't even know where this person was. But Spirit is letting me know that your intuition is telling you that you know that you cannot take this person's offer of love back. I feel like they're giving you an offer of love back because they thought the grass was greener on the other side. They never thought that you would walk away from them because they knew how much you loved them. But you made a sacrifice and you said, baby, I love me more than the lies you telling in this relationship. Like, I'm not putting up with that shit. I know you lying. Now, I don't know what you lying about, but I know you lying. So what are you getting? You got a new thought process, and you're going to be making new moves in your life. One of them is going to be included in ending this relationship and being very happy about doing so, because the person that you were with, they degressed in terms of maturation. This person was also very bossy and very sneaky. That's what these cards represent. You know, in the context that they came in, this person was mad bossy and real sneaky and wanted everybody to think that they were the reason that, you know, everything was together like it was in the relationship. Let's say you guys had a home together or whatever. They had everybody under the impression that, you know, the lights were on because of them. And they probably only paid 25% of the bill, if that, right? And you just got sick of the unfairness in the relationship. And I feel like it's very easy for you to let go of that baggage of letting the relationship go. And why do I say that? Because the Fool popped up. And the Fool does not only talk about you going on your own way and just starting anew. It talks about going on your own way with less baggage as well. I don't think you're going to let this person come back, but I do believe this person's going to try to come back. This person's going to try to act like they've leveled up. But how the hell can you level up to the Emperor from the Page of Cups when Spirit has this King of Cups or this Queen of Cups to go ahead and match this immature individual with? Okay, see, I want to let you know, people like this who run game most of their lives because they want people to think a certain way about them and stuff like that. Like, I feel like you had a lot of faith in the relationship for a while. This person did make you happy, but I see that you came to the conclusion, Libra, that you were like, I've got to leave this relationship because I feel like this person's lying to me. I'm not going to let anybody lie to me. I don't lie to myself. Why in the hell am I going to let somebody lie to me? Okay? You pulled 2, if not 3. You know, you pulled all 3 of the get the hell out of Dodge cards. Okay? Break up. We're done. We're done. You see how all the backs are turned here. Okay? Number 1, your spirit guide is taking you away from this relationship. Number 2, your own intuition is letting you know that's what you have to do. And number 3, you know that it's going to be a difficult process. Breakups are always a difficult process, but you know it's going to be greater later. It does not make any sense to be in a relationship with somebody who likes to lie when they're in front of a certain amount of people. This is the type of person you're dealing with. You're dealing with somebody who likes to make them, you know, pump themselves up to a certain degree in front of a certain audience, but then when they get home, they're a completely different person. But Spirit is like, honey, I'm getting you out of this situation, so please take advantage of what we are showing you, okay? Because if you just pay attention to your intuition for just a moment, you will know that this is a perfect idea to get away from this person. This person will lie in front of a judge if need be, right? It wouldn't work. It would not work because the star is right here on your behalf, Libra. I have to assume, Libra, that this reading is for you. Now, of course, this could be a vice versa reading. Of course, that, you know, but I have to assume this reading is for Libra. So Libra, given that the star is on top of this 3 of Pentacles, this means one of 2 things. Either you guys shared a business with each other and maybe you're a little bit concerned as to how this split up is going to be because you guys were in business together, or you guys are actually in court together, or this person, like I said, got nothing more out of talking about you like a dog to whomever would listen. But see, now that you guys are not together, the proof is in the pudding, because this individual cannot produce the way that they used to produce when they were with you. Libra, that's what's up. We're going to go another round. So now you feel left out in the cold to some degree because you gave quite a bit to this relationship. And I feel like you probably gave more than you should have, which probably affected your finances. But I want you to know that Spirit is aware of this, and Spirit is going to show you exactly how to get your finances back to where you need them to be. Okay? Either that or the other person's finances are affected. You felt the tower energy. Nobody likes the tower energy. Whenever the foundation of a relationship is garbage, it's gonna come down. I don't care how long you stay in that relationship, how long you make it work. This just goes to show that sometimes we stay in relationships a lot longer than we should. You know, and then when it all falls down, it sucks. There's this feeling of depression that we have to endure. And then we start to wonder, I wonder, well, since I know that this person lied about this, what else is this person lying about? You know, because I looked at this person as this perfect being, this person that was being vulnerable and being transparent toward me and with me, you know? And you have to know that there are a lot of people who know how to play the role of a divine masculine or a divine feminine, and they are far from a divine any fucking thing. Straight up. Some of you were actually married to this person and you're going through a divorce, and this person is lying in front of the straight judge. But don't trip, because Temperance is there to make sure that your feelings remain intact in front of that judge for those of you who are dealing with legal proceedings, okay? Your feelings are going to remain intact. In the moment that that person decides to go ahead and lie about something, I'm going to tell you right now, and I mentioned this in another reading, but I can't remember whose reading it was. I want to say Aquarius or Pisces. It could be Capricorn as well, but either way it goes, you have to understand that whenever you're going through a divorce, if you are in front of a judge, I want to let you know, judges see this type of shit all the time. They know the party who did not do diddly squat in that damn relationship. You know why? Because the judge is going to ask you for receipts. Show me the receipts that you paid the bills the way you say you did. Show me the receipts that you paid for the kids' hot lunch the way you did. Show me the receipts that you paid for their kids' clothes. Show me the receipts that you paid for that car note. Show me the receipts that you paid that mortgage. Show me the receipts. They're not going to have those receipts. That's where their whole little shit's going to be all fucked up, because they're not going to have any receipts to show that judge. Any receipts to show that IRS. Any receipts to show whomever it is that they sat and lied about you to. They don't have any receipts, baby. All the receipts are in your pocket. They're in your bank statements, Libra. You put a lot of work into this relationship. There are many times you wanted to give up, but you didn't, and you endured in this relationship. And you endured because you wanted to learn what you needed to learn in this relationship. At the time, you weren't looking at it that way, but that's exactly what you were doing. You stayed in the relationship even though you wanted to give up, because look at what it turned you into. It turned you into this free-spirited individual who knows how to drop baggage like it's hot. The Emperor knows how to do that. The Emperor knows how to be mom and dad, king and queen. Like, this bumped you up to a whole nother level, this relationship that you're ending right now, that you're walking away from, Libra. Trust me. It may be difficult in the moment, but I'm telling you, it's going to be greater later. You're going to have all kinds of suitors all in your face, recognizing you for the strength that you just recently displayed by enduring a breakup of this magnitude. Like I said, right? The suitors, right? There's this Knight of Cups. Isn't this Knight of Cups cute once you go ahead and reach that Emperor status? Well, yeah, what's going to happen is you're going to bump this person up to the individual that they need to be, and you're going to get that fairness that you deserve in the relationship. I also saw that you're going to have that perfect person for you as well. See this King of Cups and this Queen of Cups? That's you and somebody else, baby. And when the person realizes that people like you don't come a dime a dozen, they're going to be talking about wanting to come back. But see, the problem is you're going to be walking down the aisle with somebody else who deserves you. That's what's going to happen. Now's the time for you to use your strength. Now more than ever. You could have been dealing with the Leo as well. That's what this could be indicative of, or a fire sign in general. But now is the time for you to be as strong as you possibly can. You have to understand that when people don't know how to treat other people fairly in a relationship, it says a whole lot more about them than you. And I get it when a lot of us readers will tell you that you attract what you are. Well, that might have been who you were, but that's not who you are now. And that's why you don't want to be in the relationship anymore, because you've graduated. This person did not want to graduate with you, but you graduated. And because you graduated, yes, it's difficult because this person didn't want to graduate with you, but nonetheless, this person was a thief, yo. This is a thief card. This is a theft card. This person liked to steal your reputation. That's what they were stealing. They like to steal your reputation. And that's like one of the most unfair things that you could possibly do. And I feel like right now, financially, I feel like you are taking a big hit, Libra, by dealing with this person for the amount of time that you did. That's where this Five of Pentacles is coming in. Either that or you just feeling left out in the cold. Like, I can't believe that this person, as much as I've done for this person, that they would go ahead and be as cold-hearted as they're being right now. Well, you have to understand this person was being cold-hearted from the very beginning. This is why I talk about this card the way that I do. See, a lot of people, I'm going to tell you something right now, and I have nothing against any of my light workers. I love my light workers, straight the hell up. But one thing I don't like, there's a couple of my favorite readers. They're still my favorite readers, even if they say things that I don't like. But when you hear a reader say, you're never going to have anybody read like me. I've been reading these cards this long. Can't nobody... Let me tell you something. That's the thing about us being different readers and being on different vibrations, okay? We all learn tarot differently. We were all meant to learn it, but we were not all meant to learn it the same way. I know what the fuck this card means. This card means that the person was hella methodical. This card means methodical. What the hell does being methodical in love have to do with anything? Love is not methodical. When you're being methodical in love, it's because you want to know what you could get out of that person. This person wanted to know what they could get out of you. But guess what? Spirit ain't going to let them get anything more than what they got out of you. Why? Because there was a lesson to be learned. And their lesson is that they threw perfection away. Your lesson is that you actually attained perfection by dealing with somebody of this caliber. You proved to Spirit that you could be your authentic self and be completely vulnerable and not fall apart if somebody were to just do this type of bullshit to you and like try to make your finances all kinds of fucked up right now after all the work that you put into this relationship and everything. I see that this person like stole money from you. This person could have stole money from you or just put you in a position to where things are like really financially tight. Really financially tight. And this person was being methodical. That's why they were able to steal. That's why this Seven of Swords popped up, because that's how they were able to steal. They had plans to steal all along. But see, somebody like you, Libra, who knows how to go ahead and leave that baggage where it belongs with them. See, because basically you're saying, I'm sorry, that's not my energy. Return to sender. Yeah, I'm sorry. Nobody by that name lives here. Return to sender. I'm not a thief. So the person who stole gets to keep that shitty ass energy. It's not mine. You get to keep it. That's what you're doing. That's what you learned to do, whether you realized it or not, Libra. You realized how to go ahead and give the energy to the individual that it belonged to. You love this person transparently. You were strong in this relationship, even when this person was being dishonest and showing you every reason in the book to be depressed. But you still would not give up on this person, even though this person probably wouldn't even piss on you if you were on fire. You still chose to love this person. And why do I feel like you chose to love this person, Libra? Because you felt like it was fair to. That if you were in a bad position, if you weren't the best version of yourself, I think you thought that the fair thing to do would be to stay in the relationship anyway, even though you were sacrificing your own happiness by being in it. You would want somebody to do that for you temporarily until you got on your feet. Until you realize that this person never had any intentions on getting on their feet. Their intention was to live off of you as long as they could, until you were able to catch on to the fact that this person is not your best option in love. Thinks like a teenager at best, when they're not alternating between just being childish and thinking like a teenager, while you're being the strong party in the relationship. And of course, the tower is going to hit you harder because children and teenagers don't understand what the dark night of the soul really feels like. It's the adult that feels that shit. So Libra, again, assuming that this reading is for you and it's not a vice versa reading, your intuition let you know you have to get out of this relationship with this particular person, because this particular person right here has nothing positive to bring to the table. Period. You're going to lose every time you gamble on this person. This person is nowhere near at your level. They are nowhere near at your level. Nowhere near. They do things that you wouldn't even ever do. And like I said, this person is damn good at the art of storytelling. They know how to sell sheep shit to a shepherd. They know how to convince people of certain things until their little lies don't work anymore, until somebody starts asking for receipts. The moment that those receipts are asked for and this person can't produce them, they may be able to get away with, oh, yeah, I don't have them with me right now. Or, yeah, okay. If we're dealing with court issues, I'm going to tell you right now, you will be rewarded what you deserve. You're going to get what you deserve back. What you put into the relationship, you're going to get it back in restitution. Yes, you are. If you want validation of that via a private reading, go ahead and book it ASAP so I can go ahead and get you in within the next 48 hours. This person, unfortunately, is going to have to learn some pretty tough lessons. You cannot steal from somebody who loves you and think that you're going to get somebody. You know, you don't, I mean, it just trips me out when people think that perfection comes once every 3 months. No, Spirit gives you perfection so that you could recognize it when you see it. Don't discount someone that wants to love you, baby. That's the worst thing that you can do. They ain't got to be the best of the best of the best, as none of us are the best of the best of the best. You could look at the President of the United States. I'm not talking about this one. I'm talking about the last one. And you don't even know what kind of imperfections this president had, but this president had so much dignity and had so many positive attributes. You have no idea what a person's flaws are until you are transparent with that person. That's the only reason why this person was semi-transparent with you and you got all the way transparent with them. Just enough for them to take advantage and just enough for you to think that they actually cared. Closing you out, Libra. This situation has you feeling like, when are one of these swords going to drop? I feel betrayed. I feel so much anxiety because there were some good things that this person brought to the table and they're not here anymore. And I feel left out in the cold. I feel a lot of anxiety. So I can tell that you feel a lot of anxiety. I can tell that you have a choice that you have to make regarding who you're going to pick, because I feel like this person is trying to come back into your life. Otherwise, what choice would there be to make, right? I feel like this person is trying to come back. Do not forget that this person is just simply not on your level. You already manifested the ending of this relationship because it wasn't fair for you to be in it in the first place, which is why you're not stuck in it now, okay? And thank God that God heard your prayer, because you don't deserve to be in a relationship with someone who does not know how to treat you fairly. You did make a decision by walking away from this person because this person was a gold digger. I feel like you were with somebody that was a gold digger. A self-righteous gold digger at that. And I normally don't call names like that, but I mean, that's what I'm seeing in this person's personality. What you did manifest, though, is a knight in shining armor that you do deserve, okay? That is going to honor everything about you. You're letting this relationship die so that something else can live, something greater can live, absolutely. And strength is going to be needed like never before, because this person is going to be trying to act like they are marriage material. And if they weren't marriage material last month, if they weren't marriage material 6 months ago, hell, if they weren't marriage material last year, I'm telling you, it takes a minute to learn how to be marriage material. Why do you think that you see single people for so long? Because the work comes from within. It comes from within. For you to be a good partner to somebody, you have done a lot of work on yourself first. Or you could have done that work with that person. But usually when it happens, when you're with somebody, it's because they are just as flawed as you are. And they know how to love you anyway. Okay? I mean, these are really mature relationships. When you see two flawed people get together and stay together and then be the reason for being. You understand what I'm saying? Because I think we all lose our footing every now and then. But this person is the absolute reason why you did lose your footing, Libra. Okay? And I feel like it's driving you nuts when you think about what this person got away with that you're unaware of. But Spirit is letting you know that the moment that you drop the baggage associated with what you think this person did or did not do is the moment that you're going to meet somebody that is worth your while. You're going to meet somebody worth your while. I'm telling you, just like we heard, like this influx of all of these breakups, I'm telling you, in about 6 months, I wouldn't doubt if within 6 months, I would not doubt if you hear about an influx of marriages. Seriously. I think that these breakups happened on purpose so that we could get away from people who just are incorrigible. You would be surprised at how many people are just so self-righteous. I talk to people all the time, and the stories are the same. And you always have one party that, is the chaser, that wants that validation, that wants that love from that other person because that's what they're giving. And then you also have that other party that's thinking more along the lines, but if I end this relationship, I'm going to have to pay child support. If I end this relationship, I'm going to have to pay alimony. Nobody even mentioned those things, but this person's over here worried about like their bank account. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so what I'm telling you, and then if you were to ask this person if that was their concern, this person would say it's not their concern. Because like I said, these people are damn good at lying because they've been doing it forever. They've been having to do it forever because they refuse to put in the work to get what they could have gotten had they actually put in the work. Now, all the work that they do is based on stealing to get what they want. And that includes love.